to my pick a card channel, the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm here with a pick a card reading for you. So get cozy. We're going to have a little chat today. So today's topic could be a limited or no contact reading. Today we are asking the question, does the person on your mind in no contact or limited contact, do they feel the same? Are they missing you? Are they going to reach out to you? We're also going to explore that question as well. So do they feel the same? Are they missing you? Are they going to reach out to you? We want to welcome back our returning subscribers. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for all of your comments. Be sure to drop your comments below for your chance to win a free reading with me. Be sure to hit your notification bell if you do so that I can notify you if you are chosen the winner. And be sure to check your old notifications in case you have missed a notification from me so that you can come and claim your prize, because I am waiting to hear from one of my most recent winners. So if anybody is new to the channel, we would love to have you join our family as well by subscribing to the channel, making sure that you throw a comment below as well if you would like to be entered for your chance to win a free reading. And I just offer that as a thank you for my subscribers for your presence here on this channel. So thank you for being here. For today's pick a card topic, as I said, limited to no contact. Does this person feel the same as you? Are they missing you? Are they going to reach out to you? Will there be a break in the no contact in this situation? So pile number 1 with the 2 of Pentacles, pile number 2 with the Ace of Cups, and pile number 3 with the 2 of Wands. I am going to jump into pile number 1. My timestamps are listed below. Hello, pile 1, you were drawn to the 2 of Pentacles, and this is your reading. The person on your mind, do they miss you? Do they still care? Are they going to reach out to you at some point in the future in this connection, or even for closure purposes? Are you going to hear from this person? You can see in this card that they're facing eye to eye. The 2 of Pentacles for me is I always call it my mini chariot energy, because I do feel like you're holding space for this person. You're wondering if they've held space for you. And the butterfly for me is a symbol of ascension, finding things out, being lighthearted. You can see that they're meeting each other's gaze. So this could be a very good indication of, how this person is still feeling. It could be a very strong parallel to how you are feeling as well. You'll notice that one of them is trying to place something in the other's hand. So it's like information, confirmation perhaps of how you're feeling, being a mirror to their own feelings. So let's take a look here and see. I'm going to be using this Liz Dean Tarot for you to begin. This is actually the first tarot deck I ever received or purchased when I got it for Christmas for my mom when I was 17. So this is the one that started it all. Do they miss you? Does this person currently miss the person who is drawn to pile number 1? This is a collective reading, so please take the messages as they resonate. Leave behind those that do not feel right to you. It's important not to make the messages fit. If it resonates in your heart, you're going to feel that. We have the Queen of Wands with the Judgment coming out. A lot of fire energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius coming for the Divine Feminine. Do they miss you? The Fool. What are their current feelings towards pile number 1, please? The World reversed. The Ace of Pentacles. For some of you, you could have been in no contact for this person for maybe even over a year, and that could extend based on your own individual experience, and at least a no contact situation for at least a year here, maybe even creeping into more than that. Ace of Swords and the 3 of Pentacles. And I feel like the longer time that it goes, the more that this sort of irks this person, because there's a stress associated with the lack of confirmation. There is a feeling of trying to initiate a new train of thought here. But there's that 3 of Pentacles. It's like they're trying to form a new foundation. They're trying to move forward. But I feel like they're having a really hard time doing that, because they feel like there's something unfinished here. Maybe things that haven't been said or haven't been confirmed. There's just this irking energy of like things are not done in this connection. Now they do sort of feel foolish with how things ended, or they feel insecure about coming towards you in this moment because they feel like it's a risk. And they may have handled the ending of this connection in a poor way. Even if it wasn't a full-fledged connection, it was just a friendship. They don't feel like they handled it in a very mature way. They aren't confident with how it ended. And so there is a certain amount of intimidation that they feel coming from your energy. And I feel like they know that you're waiting for some type of confirmation, or they know they have this feeling like you want communication in some way in this situation. Judgment with the Judgment. As I said, there's a parallel of two people staring at each other right in the face. And if this person is judging themselves harshly or judging the situation harshly, you may also be doing the exact same thing in this situation. Because they have this thought of like popping up from the dead. It's like something was over and just popping up out of the blue. Because there's a feeling of like, feeling like I've seen a ghost. If they were to pop up on your doorstep tomorrow, for instance, it's like, it feels like I'm looking at a ghost. And they are very self-critical now. I feel like they've grown in that capacity. I don't think they were as self-focused or self-critical when they've perhaps separated from you, but they have grown up or they have matured in some way, even if it's just been a year. We have the Eight of Pentacles. And they do feel like they failed you in the past. They failed your expectations. Maybe they even failed themselves, because they do consider this connection to be somewhat of a benchmark of their failure sometimes. And as I said, if you don't resonate with this message of it only being a year separation, this could be years of separation for someone watching. All of these coins lined up on the tree trunk could be years of separation that you've been waiting for some type of confirmation or clarity here. Four of Wands with the Seven of Swords. And I will say that they have thought about communicating with you, but they keep denying that to themselves. They keep feeling triggered to communicate or to reach out to you. And then their ego comes in and says, yeah, but what's going to be the consequence of that? This person spends a lot of time feeling triggered by the things that happened between you in the past. So they are going over specific moments, specific conversations that you had as well. And they feel stupid, like they feel foolish for how they handled those moments or they handled the past. I will say there's a definite sense of twin flame energy. It almost feels like somebody who awoke to the idea of love in this connection. So you may have woke them up to the idea of love. We have the Eight of Swords. Now they just showed me a wedding scene with the Four of Wands. So that could definitely resonate with you if you are perhaps in a commitment cycle or they are in a commitment cycle. If they are in a commitment cycle, this is something they lie about. They don't talk about you in the way that Spirit's talking about you in this moment. They don't share how they really feel in that environment. Again, sometimes they're dishonest to themselves about that too. And I think they expected this emotion for you to be temporary, but that has not been as temporary as they expected it to be. And now they wonder if it's like the search for second best. To be honest, that sounds so terrible if they're in a current relationship, but they're speaking about lowering their standards. After they've compared it to you from the past, it feels like lowering my standards. And now they do feel like there's unfinished cycles here, but they can't commit to changing that, at least not in this moment. And they know that they put themselves here with you. So some of this limitation could even just be this recognition of like, maybe it's over and you don't feel the same. So they aren't confident that they can come forward again. They could feel stuck again in a commitment cycle if that is ringing true for them. And then as we move into the future, when we look at communication, when we look at the possibilities of more, they don't want to let go of the possibility of that. They don't want to let go of the hope of that. Because this connection, honestly, I feel like it scares them sometimes how they still feel, but it also empowers them. So they're sort of stuck between that wave of emotion. It puts wind in their sails in such different capacities. And some days they feel more confident and some days they feel like devastated. Here's the Nine of Wands. They're still holding on. I feel like they don't know how not to hold on to the situation, and they don't want to let it go. Even if they don't have the opportunity to act right now, they don't want to let it go. Here's the Fool, again, back of deck with the Nine of Cups. It feels like this person almost has a certain amount of possessive mentality surrounding you. It's like they've claimed you in the past, or they wanted to claim you in the past, and they still want to have that claim. They still want to stake a claim in this situation. I feel like not a lot has changed as far as the crush energy that they have. I feel like they want to maintain hope in the future of this situation. And they are acknowledging that there is so much unfinished cycles, especially things that have not been shared or said with you. So much has not been shared. When they look into the past, Spirit, do they feel loss? Do they miss pile number 1? 8 of Cups. And although they may have physically moved on, you still represent this interesting reflection tool that makes them wonder if they have established a good life for themselves, if they have created the life that they really want here. Here's the Queen of Swords. And there's a feeling of coldness coming in for you. I do feel like they've tried to move on, but I don't think they're very satisfied with what they've built in this moment. So that naturally brings their thoughts back to something that did satisfy them in the past. But they haven't heard from you too, so their logic, or the logic that the ego uses against them, is that, well, you haven't reached out to me, so you've moved on and you don't miss me. That may or may not be a true reflection, but that's their interpretation of the events. Here's the 8 of Wands. There's the Page of Pentacles with the 2 of Cups. I feel like there's a strong momentum moving them towards communication. But but they're taking their time to establish that, because in a perfect world, they won't have to be the ones to push through with determination there. They won't have to be the ones to find the solutions to the obstacles. They are looking to the divine feminine. Now, they're highlighting divine feminine, so this may not resonate with you as far as divine masculine and divine feminine. So take it as it resonates. It can definitely be 2 divine feminines. It can definitely be 2 divine masculines, but it doesn't have to be. But they are looking to you for confirmation before they reach out potentially, or that's the method to their madness right now. That's the route that they're taking, or the approach that they're taking in the present moment. And we're going to see if that will continue. I'm going to use the Cottage Divine Masculine Oracle for you. You can find this deck available below for purchase if you are interested. How do they feel? Do they miss pile number 1? I don't know what to do. I don't know how to fix things. I don't want anyone to get hurt. So if they are in a new connection, if that marriage symbol that showed up for me represents their commitments or your commitments, they're not interested in hurting other people, but they are also suffering from sort of a chronic pain. Something is holding me back. This could show some of their intentions towards reaching out to you if you are going to hear from this person. And we're going to take a look at that in a moment as well. How do they currently feel, please? I feel like I've made my bed and now I have to lie in it. But the truth is that you consume my thoughts. And I also just saw the thought of you with someone else drives me crazy. So even if you are in another connection, they don't like to think about that. But don't give up on us. I have been replaying events over and over in my head. So everything that happened between the 2 of you, they've been ruminating about, they've been overthinking about in this connection as well. How do they currently feel, please, about pile number 1? Do they feel the same? We have intense. The intensity of a true soul connection includes great highs and great lows. And that's what I felt with this 2 of Pentacles. And you were drawn to the 2 of Pentacles, but this particular version, you'll notice that the ship in behind is the red and yellow sail. Yellow being the symbol of fear and for me, and red being the symbol of empowerment. So the intensity does create highs and lows with the type of wind that it blows into their sails. We do have a lot of confusion here. All seekers of truth experience confusion, so ask the divine to provide answers. So confusion between the 2 of you. And honestly, it's very mutual. The judgment here multiple times, it's very mutual, this confusion, the emotional war that's going on in between you. It says here, it's time to embrace what destiny has in store for you. And that's what this connection sort of represents, the 6 of Cups energy, the willingness to take on the challenges, to overcome the obstacles. They, in this moment, are feeling a hesitancy to create the resources to create the obstacle release, but they may be hoping that you'll be able to do that. They will sometimes tell themselves that they're delusional about how they feel. And that's a way for them to, again, deny to themselves the true way that this connection triggers them. Backup deck says, tested, your weaknesses and strengths are being tested in this connection. Now let's ask Spirit the question of the hour. Is this person going to reach back out to you? Will there be further communication here in this connection, please, for pile number 1? We have the Temperance. We ended with the Temperance here as well with our card pulls. We have the Sun. And we have the Three of Wands. Oh, there are still bones to pick here. Three of Swords, Nine of Wands. They are holding back and they're overthinking about things because I feel like they are looking to the future, but they're also waiting for clarity. So I feel like they want to reach out to you. And I'm going to clarify that last card in a moment. I feel like they do want to reach out to you, but they feel like now is not the time. In an ideal situation, the clarity would come in for them before they have to act. But they also, the bones that they feel like they need to pick here might be a part of their necessity to pick those bones with you to reflect upon this past connection in order for them to look to the future. And I do feel there will be a reunion here. They're already inspired as such. The Six of Cups, reunions with somebody from your past, the Ace of Wands, the inspiration towards that change. Now, again, Six of Pentacles underneath, there could be a karmic connection that is in the way of further momentum, but this reunion might allow both of you the ability to close out the cycle or gain closure with some type of communication. So I do feel like there will be further communication for you, pile number 1. Let's get some advice for pile number 1, please. Joy, make time for little things today. And value the quiet days with only the rustling leaves breaking the silence. So you may have a delay or a wait between communication or between reunions. So Spirit wants you to embrace positive momentum, positive investments now while you wait, so that you are investing in your growth in the future. They say value these quiet days because they won't always be quiet. There will be some type of reunion in this situation in the future, and that could open up a lot of possibilities, but it could also open up perhaps a can of worms. Let's get a charm bowl for pile number 1, please. The last thought they had about pile number 1 in the bowl. Eight of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune reversed, or I'm sorry, the World reversed, the Page of Cups. So a thought about you just kind of popped into their head, and the thought was about regrets. The thought was about actions that they did not take, work that they didn't do, that they should have done then. But maybe they didn't feel like they could, or they were ill-equipped, or they didn't have enough resources. But they were just really thinking about the shoulda, coulda, wouldas in this connection. Oh, even have the card popping out again here. The screwdriver falling out of the bowl. I feel like that's really intentional. Again, I didn't do the work and it's painful. It's like now I have to do the emotional work because of the work I didn't physically take on in the past. We have the Sun, clarity coming in, Leo energy. The letter S, the strength, ruin, and powerfully overcoming forces against you. So there will be some type of resolution here. We do have a crossroads that's written into the stars for the Divine Feminine. So you are going to cross paths with this person. And that's when we might have to do some work. We might have to either do some work to release or do some work to overcome hurdles if we want to pursue. We have here the hammer with the red handle. So the work that we do can empower us. We have always in my heart and the sweet results of the honeybee, but it often comes with a sense of sacrifice. Pile number 1 is what I have for you today. I hope it resonates. Drop your comment below for your chance to win a free reading with me. Be sure to hit your notification bell, of course. Check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading, and I do update that shop daily, so keep checking back. You can also check out my link for Instagram, for TikTok, and be sure to drop your commentary about whether or not you would be interested in live readings, whether it be here, whether it be on TikTok or Instagram, so be sure to do that too. But I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 2. You were drawn to the Ace of Cups, and this is your reading. sorry, excuse me, do they feel the same? Are they going to reach out to you at some point in the future? Now the Ace of Cups here, this Ace of Cups is supposed to be a new initiation of emotion. We're supposed to start out a new process, and yet it's raining. The cup has heart eyes here. There's a dragonfly on the rim of the cup. There's a frog down here. There's a praying mantis on the rim of the base of the cup as well. So this person feels like they have pushed through a lot, like they've struggled, or they've really tried really, really hard to move on, to move forward, to change directions in their life. Like they're working on themselves. They're trying so, so hard. So they're asking themselves, why is it still raining? Now, of course, this can represent you and how you're feeling about this connection and feeling about release and healing. So it could also be a mutual feeling between the two of you. But this could be indicating the struggle of trying to initiate a new emotional start, trying to change directions. But somebody who, you know, does want ascension with the butterfly or the dragonfly, somebody who is interested in finding things out about this connection as well. They may feel like it's necessary to gain a little bit more information before they can actually close out the cycle. But let's take a look here. Do they feel the same? How do they truly feel in this moment? Are they going to reach out in the future of this connection? So we're going to start with their current feelings. Are they feeling the same for pile 2 that pile 2 feels about them? We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Cups. We have the Sun. It's coming sideways, so we're going to leave it just like that. Do they feel the same? We have the Five of Swords. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Back of the deck is the High Priestess. We're also looking at the Hierophant. You'll notice there's two little mice that are kind of staring each other on the same step there, here on the Hierophant steps. Let's get a clarifying deck here. Are they feeling the same? Do they miss pile number 2? Eight of Pentacles. The Queen of Wands. This person does not feel like it's over. High Priestess. Three of Pentacles. Coming out with the Star energy. Ten of Wands. And I feel like they have changed directions. I feel like there could be, and we mentioned this in pile 1 too, so there could be a similarity to pile 1, but I do feel like this person could be maybe in a commitment cycle, or maybe they've grown up a lot. Here's the Ten of Swords, and there's the Nine of Cups. This Ten of Swords is sort of a support to the Ace of Cups here, and with this Nine of Cups, and there's the Page of Pentacles, again, they're still wishful thinking. The Ten of Swords says, maybe I should have released. It's saying maybe I should have released, maybe I should let it go. And yet, why can't I let go? Why is it still raining? Why haven't I let go? Why is it still raining? Because there's a feeling of like, I've built for myself. I have a lot to be grateful for. I built my career. I built my home. I built all sorts of things for myself. So why does this situation still make me feel vulnerable? Why are they struggling so much to initiate this new start? Why are they struggling so much to let go? And so you may find a synchronicity to how you're feeling as well. Maybe you've also made a lot of progress. You've worked really hard on your healing. You worked really hard on your life. You worked hard on yourself. And yet, why is it that this still has an attachment to me? Why can't I stop thinking about this person? And this spread is representing how this person is thinking all of those things about you. I feel like the love that you had for this person was very, very deep and very strong. And this person feels like they kept you waiting to have that reciprocated in a true way, in a real way. Here with the sun in a state of limbo in the center of the reading, the High Priestess is talking about information we know to be true, but this sun is not in the upright yet. This is representing clarity. And it's because it's still in a state of limbo, they haven't cleared out the cycle. They haven't gained 100% clarity here. They're still sitting upon some of the wisdom codes, some of the lessons that this connection has created for them. And they want an opportunity to do something. They want an opportunity to do some work. Maybe fix things, maybe, and not even necessarily fix things towards a relationship, but perhaps, but to even just clear the air between the two of you, they don't want to let go until they feel like they can do that. They do hide their loyalty to the thoughts of you in their environments. I am getting a sense for someone watching of children, family, that sort of energy coming through here too. And it is these new foundations that are supposed to give them the courage, the wherewithal to move forward, but they feel like they're double dipping. And here at the Five of Swords, it's like it doesn't feel fair to you or to anybody else. Like it just doesn't feel fair the way that they're managing their emotions. But I feel like they don't know what else to do other than this Five of Swords, because the Five of Swords is this hurdle. Again, I always talk about that, the doorway and then the hurdle within the doorway. They're holding back the conflict that they feel. And as long as they're holding back the conflict that they feel, that means that they're not addressing the hurdle, which means they can't move on. And so I do feel like this person, again, if this mirrors your feelings, I feel like it's a very mutual feeling. If you've released and you don't feel this intensity, you don't feel it's almost an obsession that has been implemented here. If you don't feel that, then perhaps it's not mutual. But I do feel like you were drawn to this reading for a reason. Because it feels like a very familiar, I feel like you could be earth, or I'm sorry, you could be fire, you could be water, but they're speaking about how the energies being described are very familiar to you. And sometimes this person does whatever they can, because they're talking about self-sabotage. Perhaps they self-sabotaged in the past. Sometimes when thoughts of you come up to offer clarity, they will shove them down and try to sabotage those thoughts because they're trying to focus on what they're building, but they've created a habit out of the obsession of this connection. And they keep asking themselves, why is it still raining? Why? And they're intimidated because they're showing me, they're highlighting the praying mantis, and the praying mantis is notorious for biting the head off her mate when she's done with them. So that could be some of the devastation that they feel, like you're completely done with me and I'm still holding on, and hearts don't break even. And that's what they feel. That is just an interpretation or an assumption that they're making, because their heart does feel like it's still in pain. And they want to, it's like they want to know, they want more light to come in, they want more clarity to come in. But it's almost like because they keep suppressing their own truth and not acknowledging it to themselves, it's impossible for that light to come in so that we can formulate a new plan of action towards the clarity, towards the closure, towards momentum that we really want in this situation. So this person is still carrying a heavy, heavy load when it comes to how they feel, and they do feel like they have to keep it a secret. There's almost a selfishness that comes in regards to how they're feeling, because they feel guilty about the weight of this that they still carry. Do they feel the same? We have here exchanging gifts and wanting to offer you some type of information, but they feel like that's a type of risk here. The exchanging gifts card is also highlighting the mutual feelings between the two of you. And we have a new life, but regeneration. So even if they've moved into a new life, even if they're trying to curate a new life for themselves, there is still this phoenix energy that wants to rise from the ashes. It feels like a long time too. It feels like maybe it's been quite a few years in separation for someone watching, because they're just showing this almost looks like a bonsai tree that's been burnt to embers. And the bonsai tree over the course of time has to get wired up, has to get moved slowly. So this could be an acknowledgement of the necessity of more time to clear the air, and we're going to take a look to see if there's going to be further communication in the future, of course. But this is also their interest in regeneration. So even if they're speaking here about how I've moved into a new life and, you know, I'm trying to maintain the pillar of that life, part of them still, that could be a part of why they're still raining for them. Part of them still wishes that the initiation of a new romantic cycle could lie with you. Whoops. There's that High Priestess with the Hierophant energy. Let's take a look at some message cards to see what are their current thoughts and feelings towards pile number 2, please. Do they feel the same in this connection? I want you. How do they currently feel for pile number 2, please? But I know that I messed up everything. I bury myself in my work to forget about you. And I just saw, I see you leaving me behind. That's coming out as well. How do they currently feel, please? What are their feelings? I hid who I really am from you. And I also just saw I left when I saw you with someone. This could indicate other connections, other commitment cycles in the present. I wonder if you're happy without me, whether you're in a commitment cycle or not. They wonder how satisfied you are in that environment. I am grateful for the spiritual lesson that this has provided. But I am becoming a better person. And I do feel them trying really hard to work on their life. That's why they keep asking that question. Why is it still raining here? Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. And they're highlighting that song, Sometimes I Think About You, late night in the middle of June. So June could even be significant for you in this connection as well. How do they... Ooh. Okay, I was just asking, how do they currently feel for you, pile 2, and Spirit's literally spelling it out. Love. Love conquers all. We have surprises. You may be surprised. This could be a good indication of whether or not you are going to hear from this person again, or whether there will be further communication. So we will take a look at that in a moment. And you have to look deep within to see your emotions. So even if, you know, there's no contact, even if we can't see the truth of the emotions on the surface of things, we have to look beyond what we are assuming in this moment, because they're showing me true love in the universe. The universe is guiding you to that special person. Allow everything to take its natural course. And that's why they feel like they can't let go. There is a bit of an obsession energy here for you, pile 2, that Spirit really wants to highlight. So let's take a look and ask the question of whether or not there is going to be further contact in the future of this connection. Is there going to be further contact? Are they going to reach out to pile number 2? We have the Hermit, Virgo energy coming through. We have a lot of Aquarius here today as well. Taurus, 9 of Pentacles. Seven of Cups. Magicians with the 4 of Swords on the back of the deck. I do still see further confusion for the 2 of you in the future of this connection. I feel like they're holding out the option of coming out, but they are feeling like they are being micromanaged or controlled maybe in other environments. And their practical placements are going to act as a distraction to that influence. So ultimately here, the Hermit does take small, tiny steps maybe towards clarity. But I feel like this is going to prolong the disconnect or prolong the no contact. Spirit isn't showing me the communication or the clarity coming in. They're just showing sort of further reality that could sting because of our 3D situations. So there may be a limit of the communication that this person feels like they can bring forward towards you, pile 2, because of their responsibilities at this time. Now let's get a charm bowl, please. For pile number 2, the last thought that pile 2's person had about them in the bowl. Now, it's very important to remember that the future is very fluid. So Spirit gives us indications based on present investments and current patterns and themes that this person is operating from. They have the ability to surprise us, of course, or we have the ability to look at what the future holds, the prospective future holds, and we get to make adjustments ourselves. Now we have here the Seven of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups. The last thought that they had about you, pal, too, was like a thought from the past about a conversation that you had. It was an opportunity that they had to maybe express themselves more deeply or to be more honest, and they didn't take it. So they're really kind of conflicted by this memory of you. It presented as an opportunity, and they didn't overcome the obstacles at that time. We have here learn, and they're singing that song, The Holly and the Ivy, when we were both full grown. So you may have come of age with this person, or it could be somebody from your deep past as well. They're highlighting the name Daisy, and they're highlighting the name Holly in the bowl as well. We have the Learn card, so education, maybe going to school with this person, but also a spiritual education coming in. Minnie Mouse's bow. I think of Disney, a really high-pitched voice, youth, of course, children being a factor, but somebody who thinks really highly of you, especially since youth. And they didn't express themselves. The whale tail, the divine masculine, did not express themselves. It's like they're drowning in their own emotion now. That's where all that water's coming from. Virgo energy, you're always in my heart. The divine feminine, they have this assumption that the divine feminine has everything going for them and luck is on your side, but they don't feel like they are able to attach themselves to that type of luck. And we have angels watching over. Pile number 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates. Drop your comment below for your chance to win a reading with me, and be sure to hit your notification bell. You can check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading, and that link is below as well. I do update that shop daily, so keep checking back. You can also check out my other links for Instagram, for TikTok as well, and I am really interested in seeing if you are interested in live readings here on YouTube or perhaps on TikTok or Instagram. So please drop your comment and your suggestions below. But I hope you have a beautiful day and come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage. Hello, pile number 3. You are drawn to the Two of Wands, and this is your reading. Does the person on your mind feel the same way about you? What are their current feelings? Are they going to reach out to you in the future? So this could be a no contact reading for you, pile 3. And the Two of Wands here, I always think of Russian roulette whenever I see this card. Two of Wands is crossroads energy, and maybe risk, and not taking a risk, not taking a chance, but coming to a crossroads. The Two of Wands definitely feels like, to me, like a back and forth banter or a flirtation cycle that should have gotten off of the ground. I often also see sort of two pathways paralleled outwards. So it's like taking one path could have led me here, taking one path could have led me to the other side. So let's take a look here. There's a lot of wonder I feel surrounding this situation. It's like a lot of wondering what could have happened, where this path could have led us. So I'm going to be using the influence of the Angels Tarot for you to begin here. Do they feel the same? I just saw the Ten of Pentacles. Do they feel the same? How do they currently feel about pile number 3, please? Seven of Wands. Wheel of Fortune. The Fool. Oops. Three of Wands. The Magician. Back of deck is the King of Cups and the Hierophant. The Hierophant has sort of been a theme throughout all 3 piles today, in fact. And what always strikes me about the Hierophant is it normally, in the traditional Rider-Waite style of tarot, will showcase 2 people at the bottom beneath sort of a priest or a figure that's supposed to lead us. So 2 people that are sitting on the same steps. Let's clarify this message, please. Do they feel the same? What are their current feelings towards pile 3? Seven of Wands, Seven of Wands. Ten of Cups. The Two of Swords. The Fool. The Three of Swords. We have the Queen of Wands back of deck with the Five of Pentacles here. Again, I think that it's very telling here that the Five of Pentacles is here along with the Hierophant. Back of deck, of course, King of Cups. We have your Two of Wands pick, and then we have the Fool with the Two of Swords in the center of your reading. This is indicating their feelings in the present moment. And they do feel like they've gained a lot of clarity over the connection since the passage of time has happened. When I think about the future and when they think about the future with the Three of Wands, they know that any type of connection with you would be some type of risk or pushing themselves out of their comfort zone. But they can't eliminate that possibility altogether because they're still trying to hold out some type of hope. You know, and I can't deny that they're feeling in pain. They're disappointed with how they managed things. They're disappointed with how they perhaps maintain a sense of control over their true feelings, which only landed them here. So it's like they feel like they should have taken a different path with you. They should have taken a risk with you, and they're acknowledging that. This may be a parallel. In pile 1, we had Judgment and Judgment. In your pile 3 here, you have the Seven of Wands, Seven of Wands. So this is a parallel in the struggles that this person's having with some of the struggles that you're holding on when in regards to this connection too, and some of the clarity that has come in. Because I feel like clarity has hit both of you about what could have happened. We could have had it all. I keep hearing that Adele song, we could have had it all. And this person acknowledges that, or they think about that often. I feel like this could be a thought that goes through your mind too. Because there's a feeling of like, well, was that person the one that was supposed to give me abundance? How would I be living? What would my life be like today if I'd taken that path? And we struggle because this person struggles because they can't go back and change it. They can't go back and lower their defenses against the feelings that they had. They can't go back and change what they've done or what they didn't do, in this case, potentially. And so still, it's like even though they are looking to the future, even though they would, I feel like in a perfect world, this person would have expansion with you now. In a perfect world, but maybe they can't. Maybe they can't decide. Maybe they can't commit. Maybe it's too much of a risk, or they don't have enough to offer. Maybe they don't have space to offer. But the reality is sort of hovering over them all of the time. They're filled with the unknowns because they never tried to search them out. So it's like they're just left with all of the possibilities that could have happened between the two of them swimming around in their brain. And I can't deny the King of Cups, you know, sometimes the King of Cups is like a father figure. He's a very emotional king. He's the most emotional king out of all of the kings. And this person feels a lot of that towards you. There's the Seven of Swords. They're not necessarily talking about it all of the time, but they look backwards all of the time when it comes to what's brought them here. And they don't like the way that that feels. Ten of Wands creeping out too. It's not that they are completely faultless, or it's like they aren't by themselves when it comes to the outcome of this connection. So you both played a role here. You were both maybe anchored by your own feelings or anchored by your own fears at the time in the past. And this anchor could represent how you're both kind of experiencing the disconnect in this present moment too. In this moment, I feel like this person in an ideal situation would love clarity, and they have thought about being very impulsive in regards to that too. Spirit says you've been waiting at least 5 years here for this person, for someone watching. And that may not resonate with everyone, but someone's been waiting at least 5 years to hear from this person. And some of the energy Spirit says that they're expressing here could be feelings that you've also felt as well. They have sometimes felt very impulsive towards communication, and then they hold back because of the intimidation. I feel like they've even perhaps gone so far as to dial the number or to write out an email or to write out a text, but then they don't send it because they're afraid of you a little bit. If I'm honest, they're a little bit intimidated by the Divine Feminine and how she's going to receive the information, how she's going to process that information, what she's going to do with it. Because in their reasoning, they're telling themselves that maybe you don't feel the same way. But that's the question we're asking here today about them. So potentially you do feel the same way here, and you are also in this mentality of like, where could this have taken us? This flirtation. Why didn't I open up my heart? Why didn't I take a risk and take a chance in the situation? Why did I keep myself hidden? They're just highlighting the mask. I feel like this person spent a lot of time during COVID actually obsessing over you. Like maybe watching your social media. Like there's just a sense of like COVID playing a role here, or something hitting them with a profound reasoning during COVID. They're just bringing up COVID for some reason. That could resonate with someone if they've actually suffered from COVID during that time. Now, we can't deny that there could be the presence of a third party here. That could be for you, that could be for them, or it could be a mutual energy. But that's not really the focus of this story. It doesn't matter if there's other people when it comes to the questions that we're asking. We're asking about a simplified question. You know, do they feel the same? What are they going to do about it? We have here unfinished symphony. Because this blue egg, you know, and they're highlighting the robin with the blue egg, and how, you know, there's a message in one of my cards that says, the robin trusts their wings and not the branch they sit upon, and they didn't trust themselves to take action, even though there was so much potential in the past of this connection. And they don't feel like it's finished. They feel like, again, the crossroads energy is just hovering around. They're also highlighting how they were not an open book, truth be told, taking off the mask, and they're torturing themselves with the question of why. Why didn't I just act when I had the chance? Why didn't I say anything? Why didn't I let this happen? Why didn't something progress between the two of us? I do feel like they've been watching you. I just saw the Observer card as well. And we have Message in a Bottle. Back of the deck says, the fates coming in for you. This could be an indication of messages or even phone calls, something like that coming in for you. Now, the 15 is this card, and they're showing the pelican, and they're showing sort of the pelican with like a gullet that's full. So this person has a lot to express, but they're also, I feel like they're playing with fire, and they know it if they do reach out to you. And so that's why they've stopped themselves from being so impulsive, because they know they're playing with fire. They feel drawn to you. And when a moth is drawn to a flame, there's a lot of danger associated with that aspect. What happens to the moth when he gets too close? What is this person currently thinking and feeling, please? Do they feel the same? I don't want to lose you, but I am terrified. I feel like they're almost terrified that they already have lost in this connection, or lost you. You already know how I feel, because you might feel the exact same way. They have fantasies about a physical connection with you. They wonder if you still care about them in the dynamics that they still care. So again, not only are their feelings mutual, but their worries, their concerns may be very parallel to yours. It says here, I'm ready, the Fool. I don't actually think that they're ready. The Fool is supporting the Three of Wands in a state of limbo. So this is them waiting to expand. But could be an indication of like communication that they want to have in the future. They want you to know that you matter to them. You've always mattered to them, and you left a really strong impression. And I just saw seek professional advice. Ooh. Then we have Magician. I am coming. Trust. You're so beautiful. What do you need me for? But I'm absolutely in love with you. So although they may have physical distractions in their 3D, the Six of Cups indicates a stronger connection than just a physical attraction or a flirtation that may have happened between the two of you. It does indicate even friendship. And somebody that carries a special place in my heart. It's like rose-colored glasses when it comes to you. How do they currently feel, please? Do they feel the same for pile number 3 as pile number 3 feels? Synchronicity. A divine soul counterpart relationship is blessed with amazing moments of synchronicity. Now the honeybee here speaks of sweet results, but also sacrifice that we have to create for those sweet results as well. We do have obstacles to overcome, But it says, look for ways around the obstacles to find happiness, because this is a love bond that grows stronger over time. So absence makes the heart grow fonder when it comes to this situation. The thing getting in the way, confusion and guilt. It says, ask the divine to provide the answers you seek, and a guilty energy coming through. Don't let guilt get in the way of your happiness. They're showing the gavel coming down when it comes to the justice. So this person is really concerned about the cause and effect of their actions and what that will do in the future towards their situation. But let's ask this question. They have said that they do want to come forward. So let's see, are they going to be reaching out to pile number 3? Are they going to reach out to pile number 3? 5 of Wands. Ten of Cups. There's something that they feel like needs to get cleared out of the way first. 4 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. They also feel like you need time to clear something out of the way. Or they could be making an assumption about that, but it's like they're putting the two of you in the same boat when it comes to your positions in life. And they say that it requires time for us to sort that out before we express ourselves. Queen of Swords. They are highlighting for the Divine Feminine, you being in a relationship or them assuming that you are. And for some, I do feel like almost the Divine Feminine might be the one to reach out first here in communication. If communication comes in, it feels like it comes in a very secret way, if I'm honest with you. So the communication could maybe perhaps require us to keep things under wraps. I feel like there's a strong momentum towards communication here in the future of this connection. It is a little fuzzy about who's going to be the one to implement that first. Of course, in an ideal situation, you would be looking to them to reach out first, and they, and vice versa, would be looking towards you to reach out first. But I also feel like, again, there's a lot of nerves associated with this as well, but I do see communication. Do I see obstacles too? Absolutely. The biggest one being our own vulnerability and our willingness to take some type of a risk, that communication could come in. I do feel like there could be, again, a significant delay there, though, with the Seven of Pentacles. It's sometimes called the impatience card. The impatience and the sting of that impatience could be what propels this Queen of Swords to express herself first. But Spirit says there will be more communication between the two of you in the future. Let's get a charm bowl for pile number 3, please. The last thought this person had about pile 3. Do they miss pile 3? Do they feel the same? Two of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords. The last thought that they had was about not speaking up or not expressing something to you. In the past, they were speaking about, it's almost like they had a conversation in their mind about what they would say to you in an effort to gain closure. It's like something about protecting the foundations that I'm in, protecting myself while still maintaining closure. So it's like they were trying to concoct in their mind the method of how they would approach a conversation with you and the sort of things that they would say to gain closure and clarity about this connection. We have the letter B, T. We have the heart as well. We have a big wrench in our plans. We have here, you are my sunshine. We do have the penny. I do think of communication with the penny. The date on this penny is 1999, so party like it's 1999. We have Aries energy. And we have a commandment from the Bible that says, thou shalt not kill. It's almost a request of like, don't kill my hope. Don't take away the hope that I already have. But there are big wrenches in our plans here. Pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates. Your guides are walking with you. Please drop your comments below if you're interested in winning a free reading with me, and hit your notification bell. You can check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to, of course. And I do update that shop daily, so keep checking back. And be sure to check out my other links for Instagram and Etsy. Instagram and TikTok. And also drop your suggestions or your I'm going to be doing a bit of a poll anyways to see what people are hoping for or what they're interested in on whether or not you would like to see live readings incorporated into the channel. So be sure to drop your comment below on that topic as well. But I hope you have a beautiful day, and I hope you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage.